Yep. My number 6 is the most recent film on the list because it was just last year. It's called Her.
I love her.
Yeah.
That's...
I love her too. Joaquin Phoenix stars as a profoundly lonely man. He doesn't have much for friends. He does have one female confidant, played by Amy Adams,
Yes.
and he enjoys playing a little online game using a virtual kind of online game. What he does for a living is he writes letters on behalf of other people, and he downloads a new operating system because this is set in a sort of future where technology just takes up a little bit more space. That's all. I don't see this as a science fiction film.
No.
And this new operating system he downloads is a sort of artificial intelligence.
ScarJo.
Scarlett Johansson is the voice of Samantha.
Samantha, that's it.
Yeah.
And
Jessica. Yeah, I don't know why I said Jessica.
It's one of those names.
And this is another role I would still advocate for that category.
Yeah.
Because she does a great job of being...
she does a good job when you never see her.
Yeah. And she's playing a real character.
Yeah.
That's an artificial intelligence that can think and feel. She thinks.
Yeah.
Even she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't know if she's programmed for this kind of thing. And they develop a relationship, very odd relationship, that turns out not to be so odd.
Yeah.
You know? And her being an artificial intelligence, and I still don't know if she was sentient to the extent that she can feel.
Yeah.
But she didn't even know. And that opens up a whole new perspective on the limits of love. Like, you can love anyone or anything. Like, and there's language to do that. And there's one scene, I just want to talk about how brilliant Spike Jonze is. Spike Jonze directed this.
Spike Jonze is very good.
And he wrote it as well. I just want to point out one scene that shows how brilliant he is. There's a scene between Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson, a very intensely passionate scenes. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Where they're saying things to each other. And all that happens is he fades to black. And suddenly Joaquin Phoenix doesn't have a body. It's all black and all we do is hear them. They could be in the same room.
Yeah.
And that's... And also, I don't mean to make this a self-pity thing, but I really responded to the character Joaquin Phoenix. And he stands for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of connected with him.
I think this is, I can probably say, right off the top of my head, this is my favorite Joaquin Phoenix role.
Possibly. I think if in 2019 we're still doing this, you may very well see this on my best of the decade list.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
This
very
is my
special
number
movie.
4.
This is your number 4?
This is my number 4.
Oh, that makes me happy.
I knew you were going to be happy with it.
Oh, this is the one you're talking about.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay, well done. You had it even higher. Yeah. What's my... Oh, I remember
this
what
is
my
my...
number 4 is.
Yeah, this is the most recent one.
Okay. Yeah. Because I didn't... like, most of the movies on my top 10 list, like, that's how special this movie is to me. Most of my choices are, you know, older.
Yeah.
Because that's where I find the most originality. And this one, it's really special.
It's
so good. And beautiful.
It's beautiful.
As Spike Jonze movies are. Like, I'm not talking about, you know, gorgeous backdrops.
No.
Just kind of the things he captures with the camera.
He's very good with subtle things.
And I think
Watch this movie.
I think you've said before that Her deserved more Oscars than it got.
Deserved
I agree.
A lot more.
I agree. I was very saddened that Joaquin Phoenix was not nominated for Best Actor. Again, I think Scarlett Johansson, as a vocal performance, should have been nominated Best Supporting Actress, even though she's just a voice.
Yeah.
I really love the production design as well. Just the rooms and the props.
Yeah,
just the props and the computers and his vision of a sort of future. But the premise, this isn't very science fiction-y. I've got Siri on my phone.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a stretch. No, this is a real love story.
Yeah. It's just like a more advanced series.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love it. I'm very glad to hear it's your number 4.
Love this movie. Like,
Me too.
absolutely love this movie.
Yeah, fantastic movie. Okay, that was my number 6.
It's very surprising because I don't like romance movies all that often.
Well, you
There's
found
10
10
of
that
them.
were tolerable. How many did you say that you...
I only had 5 when I first started.
Okay, so once we get to your top 5... Oh, so 4 is in your top 5.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It was going to be on my list, no matter what.
Yeah,
It was like, it has
I
to
knew
be.
it had to go on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about your number 6.
My number 6 is called The Reader.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen it?
I've seen it. I will let you talk a bit about it because I will disagree.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I read the book.
Tell me more.
Anyway, The Reader is kind of a 2-part type thing. The first half starts off with a young high school boy and Kate Winslet's character, whose name escapes me.
That's okay.
And she is much older than him. She's in her 30s, I believe, and he's still in high school. And they have this romance.
They have a sexual
They have
affair.
a sexual affair.
Yes.
And they go for weekends, and one day she just up and leaves.
Well, one thing you should mention is that she gets off on hearing him read to her.
Yes,
Yeah.
she does, yes. Because she can't.
Because she can't read.
Because she can't read. That's the big thing. She can't read. And he reads to her, and then one day she just up and disappears. He doesn't know where she went. She doesn't leave any note or anything.
Nope.
Actually, it's a 3-parter, actually. I forgot the middle part. The next part in the middle of the movie shows a few years later when he is in college, and he goes to school to be a lawyer, and he's going to the trials for Nazi trials. He's watching one of the trials of women who took prisoners to and from different concentration camps. And it turns out that Kate Winslet's character is at this trial, and she is the only one not defending herself. She's saying not guilty, or she's saying she is guilty of doing these things, and she's giving reasons why, and she's convicted, basically, and she goes to jail. And the last bit of the movie shows him grown up, played by Rafe.
Rafe Fiennes.
Rafe Fiennes.
They're not gonna know who you mean when you say Rafe.
He's the only person in the entire world, I'm pretty sure, that's called Rafe, even though it's spelled Ralph. Anyway, and played by Rafe Fiennes. And she's written him because she's older now. She's a lot older. And he goes to see her once, and then I don't exactly remember why he starts reading on tape and sending her the tapes of him reading to her. And the last time that he reads to her is the last time he goes to see her, and she's not there because she ends up dying.
That's the whole movie.
That is the whole...
First thing I want to say, who better to listen,
to
read to you
yeah,
than Rafe Fiennes? This, well, any particular aspect you want to praise before I kind of, so I have a few things to praise as well.
I like the entire thing. It's really, really close to the book. That's whatever.
That doesn't matter to me.
I know. I really liked... The first bit was boring with their setting up that she's leaving. I felt it was kind of boring. But I really liked the college and the trial part of it. I liked the trial part.
Mm.
And I liked the last bit with Rafe reading.
I was bored for the whole thing.
I really liked it.
Because there's not much happens. Like, even the plot points of, like, those 3 different things.
Yeah.
It feels like... This is based on a book, isn't it?
It is based
I wonder
on
if
a book.
it made a better book. because
Kind of, yeah.
it doesn't seem to translate very
It's-
enthusiastically on film. Like even the sex parts don't. There's no kind of passionate energy.
No.
I didn't get it. Just and the performances are okay. And it feels like an Oscar bait film. Someone read the book and
It is
thought,
very
oh,
much.
this would win us some
Yeah.
Oscars, and so they made the film and tried to write it and direct it in such a way that it would appeal
Yeah.
to some Academy voters. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
but
see
like
that, yeah.
I do have nice things to say about it. It looks good,
It looks really good.
and Kate Winslet looks good.
She always looks good.